What's going on, guys? This is Jamie with Certi-Tech Cleaning and Restoration, and this is the business ring. Today we're going to be talking about pressure washing, power washing, and soft washing. So there's three different kinds of washing you have for your houses, since we're going to be getting into the warm months, summer months, spring months, all that kind of fun stuff. You want your house to end up, looking beautiful. You hire the $99 guy, oh, I'll do your whole house for $100. All right, well, I'll tell you why that's a bad idea. There's no knowledge behind it. He's going to damage your property, has no insurance. I could keep going. Don't ever go for the $99 guy. When you end up getting a service, you're going to end up wanting to pay for quality service. You're not going to want to pay for cheap service, because cheap service in the long runs ends up becoming more expensive than if you were to just hire a professional the first time. They can end up damaging, your vinyl siding. They can end up damaging your sidewalks. They can end up damaging your driveways. They can end up damaging your roofs. There's so much stuff that they can damage, and houses ain't cheap, roofs ain't cheap, siding ain't cheap, none of that's cheap. So the best way to avoid that is going for a professional pressure washer, cleaner, whatever you want to go for. I mean, even painters out there pressure wash, because when they're outside doing decking and stuff like that, they got to pressure wash the decking before they end up painting it, getting it all cleaned up, get the dirt off of it and all that kind of fun stuff. So a lot of the times the painters will include that. So a couple things to know. Pressure washing. The deal with pressure washing is it's cold water, high pressure, and the problem with that is when you're using that high pressure on, like, say, vinyl siding, water can end up being pushed up underneath the siding, which allows moisture behind the siding that sits there, especially on hot, warm days. That heat's beating on the siding, it's warming it up in there. It's creating a natural habitat for mold to end up growing, so you could end up with mold issues. That's part of the big problems with pressure washing. I mean, power washing is basically the same thing as pressure washing. So difference between pressure washing and power washing: pressure washing is cold water, power washing is hot water. PSI is the same, gallons per minute are the same, everything's the same, except one's hot water, one's cold water. Pressure washing cold, power washing hot. Those are the two differences. I'm not really going to go too much into pressure washing and power washing. I prefer to use the method of soft washing. All right, soft washing is less PSI, more gallons per minute, so you're not using as much pressure. To me, it's a lot more beneficial, because in the end, you're using a solution rather than just using pressure to get whatever dirt off your house. If you're pressure washing, power washing, the dirt and mildew is going to come back a lot faster than if you were to get somebody to come in and soft wash. Soft washing, like I said, low PSI, 6 to 7 gallons per minute usually, and the best solution to use is sodium hypochlorite. Sodium hypochlorite, that's like chlorine, pool shock, bleach, that kind of stuff. It's mixed to a certain ratio. A lot of the times, vinyl siding, I believe, is 0.75% to 1.75%, I believe vinyl siding is. So you got to end up mixing that solution accordingly. And when you're applying the solution to the house, you're going to want to start from the bottom and work your way up. You're not going to want to start from the top like when you're pressure washing and work your way down. But before you start applying that, make sure you wet the windows first. Make sure you use a low pressure on the windows. That way, this allows when you're putting on the solution, it helps it not stick, get spotty on the windows and all that kind of fun stuff. Same thing with plants. You're going to want to do the same thing with plants. Wet the plants down before you start spraying your solution on the house. That way your plants won't die. Sodium hypochlorite, when it dries, it ends up becoming basically salt. So salt will kill your plants, and your plants will not be happy. I can tell you that much. You'll have a beautiful home on the outside, but your plants will destroy what your house looks like. I tell you that much. So you definitely got to be careful when you're using sodium hypochlorite. It's very corrosive. If it's not used properly, it could damage a lot of property if it's not used properly. So make sure you have somebody that knows what they're doing when it comes to soft washing and pressure washing. So soft washing, when you're gonna, like I said, when you're wipe down the plants, spray the plants, spray the windows with clean water, no solution, clean water. After that, when you start doing the solution, start from the bottom, work your way up to the top. All right, with soft washing, a lot of times you don't even have to get on a ladder. You could reach the second story from the ground, which is great. You know, that's also a great thing I like about soft washing is you don't need ladders, and ladders not needed. Of course, bring one just in case, because there are, you know, some weird spots where you're gonna have to get up, you know, because you like, you know, some of those roofs that are down a little bit and then they have that taller piece, but it's behind another piece. Of course, you're gonna need a ladder for that to get up there. So definitely bring a ladder, but a lot of the times you're probably not gonna end up needing it. So start from the bottom, work your way up. After that, after you apply the solution, wet the plants down again. This will continue diluting all that sodium hypochlorite so that your plants won't end up dying. Same thing with the windows, just quickly just spray them with clean water, get whatever solution that you got on the windows off, and you'll be good. All right. Now when you're rinsing, this is where it comes in like the pressure washing. This is where you start from the top, work your way down, instead of putting the solution on, working from the bottom, working your way up. You know, you got to have gravity work with you when you're using when you're rinsing. Start from the top, work your way down. You'll see all that just dark moss, dirt, grime, whatever stuck to your siding. You'll actually watch it fall off of there. So those are definitely the things to watch out for when you're doing soft washing. Pressure, like I said, pressure washing can be a little dangerous, especially when you get the $99 guy coming in. You know, doesn't have knowledge. He thinks spray or pressure washing is just spraying a house with water and it becomes clean. Soft washing keeps your house up to date so that it doesn't get dirty as easy and not as often as pressure washing. So you pressure wash, you'll probably, by next year, you'll have to do it again, or by the end of the season, you'll have to do it again because, you know, all that moss and all that just starts growing right back on it with the sodium hypochlorite. It ends up not coming back. It treats the home and it makes it so it doesn't come back. Of course, of course it comes back, but not as often. You know, this could be used on roofs, this could be used on stucco, this could be used on sidewalks, blacktop, all of that. You just got to mix it properly. Like I said, I think vinyl siding is like a 0.5 to 1.75 mix. When, you know, other things are like 4 to 6%, like a roof. So definitely got to find out your ratios and all of that. But with the spring and summer cleaning months coming up, you know, you could do it yourself, pressure washing, or, you know, you can call a professional and end up getting in there to soft wash it, treat the house, and make it a lot better for you and make it look a lot nicer for you. All right. So that's today's video. Just want to talk a little bit about pressure washing, and because the spring months are coming up, summer's coming up, and everybody's going to want to be outside. Everybody's going to be looking at your house. So it's something a lot of people do during the summer. Just wanted to give you guys some info on that, show you what I find to be the best methods. Of course, I'm not knocking pressure washing. You know, you can pressure wash, you just got to be careful, especially with it getting behind the siding and causing a mold problem on your house, because once you have a mold problem, you need to take care of it kind of almost right away. Otherwise, it will spread and just continue throughout your home. All right, so thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you guys taking the time out listening to me. I'll be making a couple more videos, usually like every day to every other day I'm making a video. So like, follow, subscribe on YouTube, follow our pages on social media, and see you on the next one. Thanks, guys.